Hey guys, Jamiy, and today on Roblox we're playing some more Pet Tower Defense Simulator, as you can see on the screen now. I have to read it, otherwise I just pronounce the name completely wrong. So anyway, we are back okay, so we're going to go over the last legendary, which as you can tell, just came into the shop. I've just been waiting for it, so start hatching it. And I have no more room, dang it. So basically, I've gone over all of the other ones so far. The only one I'm really missing now is the Vampire one. I have been told though by people that apparently just isn't really that good, so I guess we'll just see how that actually works, because the blood draining effect is kind of like a cool one, but I want to see how it works. I feel like it won't be particularly good with just normal things. I think it'll be really good though for potential bosses, just to drain their health over a long period of time. It depends on how long it'll last, because I don't actually know how long it'll last, so I guess we'll have to see, because I'm assuming it's gonna be a pretty weak pet. I don't think it's gonna really do any damage, really. I think its range is gonna be probably pretty good, and I want to say it's maybe its speed is gonna be in the middle somewhere, if it's having the drain effect. So I guess we'll see how it works, but also we're gonna try and get it, so I'll just be back whenever we get it, because usually this can take me a long time, especially for this egg, because you have to hatch 150 of them to get the guaranteed one. So I'll be back in a second, and I'm probably going to spend a lot more Robux trying to get this thing. Okay then, we're back. We actually already got it. I didn't actually buy that many, so I'm glad. But anyway, looking at it, the damage looks actually to be pretty good. It looks better than the Fusion Drag, which I'm a little bit surprised about, to be honest. And the range is actually a little bit better, so interesting. But also, the Fusion Dragon, when you get to upgraded a couple times in the actual game, it does get a spread splash ability, whereas the Vampire Dragon doesn't hit multiple things, so I guess it makes sense why actually the damage would be good. So for comparison, what should I actually pair it against? Also, I actually got it wrong in the last video. I said that the Fusion Dragon is like the Awakened Omni, but it has a splash effect. I actually forgot, because I don't really use the Awakened Omni anymore, but the Awakened Omni has splash, so the Fusion Dragon and the Awakened Omni are very, very similar, but the Awakened Omni has more range, but the Fusion Dragon, I believe, fires a little bit quicker, so there's I guess that's the only difference in them, really. Along that, the damage, I don't really know, because this is fully evolved and max level, so can't really compare them, because I don't have another one. Anyway, I guess we'll get rid of the Cyber Dragon for this one, because, I mean, it's just not really that good, because, I mean, it's not, we can't really compare these two together, because this is a completely different, pet, so they don't really have anything really to compare this to be honest. I mean, I guess I'll compare it to the Blizzard Demon, just see what the difference between those are. We'll get rid of this one as well, so put that on. Yeah, I guess we'll try and do it against this. We can compare it with the Ice one, because this is also a pretty new one that we got in the last update, and this one isn't really meant to be doing damage. This one's mostly meant to be freezing things, so since this one has a bleed effect, I feel like they'll have kind of similar purposes. And also, if you can freeze them a long enough time and get a bleed drain or a blood drain effect on them, I have a feeling that might be decent. So let's hop into a game, and I guess we'll see how it goes. So now we're back whenever I can actually put them on the field, because it does take a while especially without the greedy leprechaun. So be back in a second. Okay then, we're back again. I'm on my webcam. Okay, I completely forgot that in the bottom left I blocked the stats, so I've moved it. I don't know if I was blocking anything beforehand, but anyway, I finally gone ahead and got them. So also the upgrade 0 of the Vampire Dragon, it's alright. I mean, you probably didn't see it in the menu, what is it called, the hub of the game, because my webcam was blocking all of those stats, I'm sorry. But anyway, once you upgrade it once, there we are. You actually get the bleed effect really, really quickly, which I like, which is very nice. And honestly, you have a lot of damage when you get to the last one. 150 damage is actually pretty good for a level 1 pet, and it's not even fully evolved. The range is really, really good, and the attack speed is actually pretty good. I thought the damage was going to be pretty bad, but the damage compared to this is pretty good. And for the bleed effect, I'm not entirely too sure how it works right now. So also, if you want to actually see the attack animation, just has a spike come out of the floor, which is, I guess, kind of cool. But basically, for the bleed effect, I don't think it's the duration. So it says 0.5. Now, on a lot of things, you would assume that, oh, it just means it's the this freezes 2, so it means that they're gonna be frozen for 2 seconds. That's what I think most people would assume. So, but what it turns out is the 0.5 actually is 0.5 of the damage that the Vampire Dragon has. So since the damage is 150 on this Vampire Dragon right now, it cuts it in half. So when it attacks something, it'll do 150 damage, and when the bleed kicks in, it'll do 75 damage. So as you can tell, that actually I'm going to just sell the Galaxy Dragon just because it's just killing everything basically. So you'll see that, oh, it'll do 150 whenever the spike takes effect, but then you can see that then they're taking 75. This pet doesn't do 75, so the only thing that's hitting them is a blood, so always hit that for 150, then it'll do 75. Now the thing that I can't really test, how many bleed effects do we get out of one attack? I can't really tell because this thing has a really good attack speed, so the only way I can really test it is if a mini boss is bleeding, but it's kind of hard to tell. But I think it probably is I don't think it's one. If it's only one, let's be honest, that would really, really suck. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess, but I mean, it's not that good, at least it has an ability. But I want to say it's probably 2 or 3. So the best way I can actually test this, I guess, is if something gets frozen and then is put back a little bit so we can actually see. But I don't really know, I can't really tell, it's really difficult unless, like I said, there's a mini-boss. So what I probably should do is change this to strongest really quickly. Okay, now it's hit the mini-boss, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, actually it's 4! That's actually really good. People said that this pet was the worst, but that's actually a pretty decent ability. So then, so if it does 4, that means it hits 75 times 4, which is what? 300s? So, technically speaking, okay, by the way, these pets are getting really, really out of hand because I just deleted that Galaxy Dragon. Oops. Let me put them down here really quick and just upgrade it. So then, that means that it does 300 plus the 150. So just for transparency, okay, this is the Exalted Angel. It is max evolved, so I've upgraded it, I've evolved it 3 times, I've leveled it to level 7, so this is the best Exalted Angel you can get right now. Now if you look at it, 422.5 damage, 20 range, and attack speed is 3. So if we just do 150 plus 300, if you get all 4 of those bleed damages, you actually do more damage than the Exalted Angel, the range is better, and the attack speed is the exact same. So people are saying that this is trash. Honestly, it's not that bad. If you only have an Exalted Angel, this is better than an Exalted Angel. Yes, this does a lot more damage straight away, but this is better overall because, like I said, this is just a level 1 Vampire Dragon. I haven't evolved it and I haven't leveled it up in the hub yet, so this is just the base version and it already does more damage than the Exalted Angel. But the Exalted Angel doesn't actually doesn't have any abilities, so yeah. So this pet, the bleed isn't really going to do too much for your normal pets. They're just going to die before the bleed kicks in more than once or twice, so you're not really going to get the most out of them for these ones. But for the bosses low, where they have a lot of health and they're not going to get killed instantly, it actually isn't that bad. So this is more of a pet mostly to help you with bosses really. And honestly, I would say it is better than the Exalted Angels. The Exalted Angels are better just basically one-shotting a lot of the weaker pets. I mean, right now it's going to struggle a little bit, but it'll clean up really, really weak pets. Whereas this one is going to struggle a little bit for the weaker pets. It's going to do a little bit of damage to them, but it's mostly just going to be racking up some nice damage on the mini-boss. So if you pair these two together, I guess it's pretty good. Now the bad part is, I don't think it stacks for the bleed effect. So if I hit the mini-boss once, and also it's going to have its 4 ticks of bleed, if I hit it again, I think those reset, so it's not oh, I hit it 3 times, now it's going to get ticked for 12 poison, or not poisons, bleed effects. I don't think it's going to work like that. I think it resets it back to 1, so it'll just do it again, which is a little unfortunate. I'm not entirely too sure, but it seems what it looks like it should do. But yeah, Vampire Dragon, I would say it is probably the worst of the 3... or the 4, no, 3 new pets. I would say it's probably the worst of the 3 new pets, but I wouldn't say it's bad. It is I would say it is better than the Exalted Angel for beating bosses. This is mostly just going to help you for bosses. I mean, the bleed effect is pretty good, and like I said, this is just a level 1. If I like level this up a lot, it's going to do probably really good damage for bosses. Now, I'm just saying, okay, I'm just saying, if they really want to, this is a pretty like good effect. Now, if they really want to, for like future updates, they could just like implement a poison and or a burn ability, and just have it basically do the exact same as a bleed effect. Honestly, and that's all, like, just basically reskin it and just like rename it and it just have it do the exact same. Like poison, maybe like poison could have it do like a little bit different, but for like burn, you could basically just make it the exact same and just have it. And there you are, a new ability straight out of the bat, and it's not like really requiring you much work because you already have the ability made. So yeah, but I think it's alright. I'm not gonna say it's like trash, but it's definitely the worst of the 3 new ones, I want to say. Not having splash damage and just like an area of effects is really good for the game right now. But I won't say this is bad. It's just that I wouldn't personally put it on my team right now because it is very low level. I need to evolve it. I need to level it up. And once it's max leveled and evolved, it might be pretty good to like use for bosses and try and get like higher rounds. But I'm not exactly too sure because I don't really know, because I don't really play the game that much. I've only really been hopping on for like the new update. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave it off here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and like always, I'll see you guys next time.